Hi there, this is a piece of audio content that is only available in full over at patreon.com/Elwood City Limits. We wanted to give you a little bit of a preview to show you what you might be missing out on. You can join us for as little as $1 under the Pay What You Want model at patreon.com/Elwood City Limits and get access to over dozens of hours of content, including every episode of For the Kids, a PBS Kids podcast. We appreciate you listening, whether you're a patron or whether you're listening on the free feed. You're under no obligation to join, and thank you very much for checking out this preview. But if you'd like to know what these episodes and extra content sounds like, here's a little bit of a sneak peek. Daniel and O go to, they're done, quote-unquote, fixing the playhouse, and they go to fix Trolley. Now, something that I wasn't sure if this would be part of the episode or not. So while they're fixing the playhouse, O is constantly, they're using like the hammer, and Daniel's going like hammer, hammer, and O is saying too loud, hoo, too loud. But I wasn't sure if they would follow through on that, and they do. So when Daniel is going like hammer, hammer, and he's pretending to hammer and fix Trolley, O is distressed by the loudness of the hammer tool, and it hurts his ears. And as I said before, there's a constant reminder that what they're doing is just for pretend. Like when Daniel's like, "Let's go and fix Trolley," and O is just like, for real or pretend, and Daniel's like, no, just pretend, which I think is something that kids do. Like it's hard for me to put myself back in the shoes of a child, so to speak, but I feel like this is pretty natural language for kids to have. It was weird at first, but as they committed to it and kept doing it, I think it was there as both a natural representation of the characters as kids and also for the kids at home. That a lot of what they're doing is just pretend.
I know what you mean, though, how it's kind of, like, weird at first. Like, I remember initially when they're like, we're gonna fix, like, the house in the land of make-believe. But he's like, just for pretend, though. Don't worry. We're actually don't have... Because, I don't know, it's a cartoon. Like, I don't know if in this world Daniel Tiger has, like, magic, Bob the Builder-esque powers and all the, contractor permits he would need to do something like that. So it's funny that they specify, it's like, don't worry, we're just children. We don't know what we're doing.
It's trying to at least incorporate a degree of the realism of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood while, admitting to the fact that it is a cartoon and they can pretty much literally have anything happen. So they're kind of trying to have it both ways, but in this sense, I felt like it worked okay. So Daniel doesn't understand, this is I wanted to, when I was looking through the episodes, and actually I looked online of best Daniel Tiger episodes, and this one was near the top, if not the top. And Daniel has to learn about how actions make his friends feel. So, for example, Daniel doesn't think he's being too loud, but O thinks he is, and Mom Tiger teaches Daniel about what empathy is. In fact, there's a little sing-song line that comes back a couple of times. Empathy is when you think about how someone else is feeling. Now, Mom Tiger, I feel like she's got a bit of auto-tune going on. It was a little too perfect. And I will say, my wife, Jenna, she heard that from the other room and she burst out laughing. She wants that video clip saved to give to people on Twitter. Empathy is when we think about how someone else is feeling. So
it's
she
true.
got a big kick out of that.
It's funny that Jenna laughed because I laughed as well, and it's hard to put my finger just on what's funny about this, but I think it's just I think it's a combination of explaining the concept of empathy, but in dictionary definition terms for a child, but it's also that combined with the timing of it, how they kind of cut into song mid-sentence. They're like, empathy is when you think about how someone else is feeling.
Because they're doing it in a refrain. It's such a it's the most simplistic way that you can explain what this concept is, that, if we lived in a perfect world, everybody would have empathy for everybody else. So when you have to break it down in a song so that you remember it, it's, for kids, it's one thing. If you're saying this to an adult, it's super patronizing.
Yeah, I want to kind of have this clip isolated, so next time that someone's posting on Twitter about how, oh, we don't want an apartment building built in this community because it's going to bring the property values down. I could just have Daniel Tiger being like, you gotta think about how someone else is feeling.
Yeah, and some people really do need the reminder. So Mom, encourages Daniel to think about a time when somebody was being too loud, and he can think of something, and he realizes that situation is happening now. And so he does what, again, theoretically, a lot of us should do: say I'm sorry, and then play quieter. Oh, even this is so cute. So he says, hoo after some of his sentences, but he actually says thank you. And I thought that was really cute. So that's the lesson to be learned here. Okay, that's going to do it for now, but we will see you next time on Elwood City Limits or at patreon.com/ElwoodCityLimits if you decide to join us. Thank you very much, and have a great week.